coverage. It's Week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Play action. It's Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. Down the left sideline. He may go. And he'll take him into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. That is a quick strike, one play all the way to the house. You know, the pass was fine, but that run after the catch, impressive.
An absolute horrible time. Of course, any time like this is a horrible time for a defensive breakdown. But where's the tackling? Where were the safeties? You don't expect him to catch the ball, and next thing you know, he's running into the goalpost this early in the game. That's not supposed to happen.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
You look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game, because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game planned for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game planned for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
I think this is where we see how the game has moved along a little bit. Free safety, no blitz, but reads the play, has no responsibility in coverage, and takes a gamble and goes against the quarterback.
Well, is that a spot, though, where when he's coming, the quarterback needs to be able to find somebody, or not necessarily?
Has to, because with that amount of time coming from the free safety position, someone should break open.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches. At the 16-yard line.
Straight ahead, here's Mason.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Here's McCarthy. Completes this to Addison out left. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's another Vikings first down.
They run it with Mason. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. To the air with McCarthy. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. And they'll come up second and 7. To throw is Jackson. This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. George Pickens, 28 yards. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Tyler Luke to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
2nd and 10. Throwing is McCarthy. Open man is Jalen Naylor. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
On the give, it's Mason. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
32-yard line.
Now McCarthy. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Vikings at 2-6 now in the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 38-yard line.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll hand it to Mason. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
McCarthy operating from the gun. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Vikings first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. This 2nd and 4. On the ground again, it's Mason. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. 3rd down and 6. Back to throw. McCarthy. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
McCarthy going to sneak it.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this. I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. Pickens makes a sideline grab. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. That is incomplete.
Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10.
No, we changed it. You.
And Jackson throwing once more. He's got this to Pickens. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. George Pickens as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime. On his loop for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score. Ravens 21, Vikings 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Still going. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here? And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. Luke now for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score. Ravens 28, Vikings 7.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. From the end zone, here comes Felton. He juked him. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Tyler Luke to kick off.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
Complete to Justin Jefferson.
2nd and 1 now from the 21.
2nd and a yard at the Ravens' 21-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson from 21 yards away. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Ravens. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge it, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Coleman. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. It's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've got their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. George Pickens with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Felton. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's McCarthy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run over center with Mitchell. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. To the air with McCarthy. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 41 yards. And the Vikings take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start with a give to Henry. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
And they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Ravens They'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
10 at the 42-yard line.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Sit on. 13. Sit on.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Sit on. Sit on. Report. Sit on.
Again, it's Henry. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
It's a gain of 28 yards.
So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
180.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rush.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
George Pickens
from 6 yards away.
And the Ravens have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. So that one his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Here comes Felton to bring it out of the end zone.
Oh, look at the juke.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, their defense has really struggled. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
On the run is Mason.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
On the ground, here comes Mason.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
2nd and 2.
And inside give to Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
A gain of
17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Go.
They'll run here with Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Now McCarthy.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. The offense on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Looking to throw McCarthy. That is caught. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2nd and 11. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 3rd and 5.
Back to throw.
McCarthy toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Sit up!
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
4th down, here's Jackson. He'll try to do it himself.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45.
It's a gain of 35. And the Ravens.
Henry up the middle.
Noah Sewell there to make that play defensively.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
104 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
To throw is Jackson.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.